This video will not contain spoilers for the first segment. I will however put a warning for when to click off to avoid spoilers. In chapter 12 of Chainsaw Man, Denji finally achieves his main goal of honking some boobs, only to immediately realize that this achievement really wasn't all that significant. Denji is left in an existential daze over his realization, later pondering to best character Makima on how he'll feel when he goes after future goals. Will he once again realize that he was more enthralled by chasing his goals than by actually achieving them? This is one of my favorite moments in the series because, like Denji, many of us fixate on reaching our goals, but rarely do we truly think about what we'll do when we actually get there.
I did it. I did the climb, but now what?
This moment also covertly throws the idea back in the reader's face, indirectly asking the audience to think about what you'll do when you reach the goals that seem so important to you in the moment. Okay, so for this segment, I'll be going into some spoilers. Nothing about the plot, but some minor character deaths and details about the characters that are only made relevant further into the story. Next in line after Makima for my favorite character is Aki. Initially, I really disliked Aki when his character was first presented to us. He comes off as a total jerk who doesn't care about anything besides taking his job as seriously as he possibly can. Over the course of the series, however, Aki's motives become more clear, and it's a treat to see him go from apathetic and aloof to an empath who's grown to truly care and value the lives of the people around him. And in no moment is this made more evident than within the Bomb Devils arc's chapter 50. In the midst of a fight, a massive explosion occurs, the force of which threatens to pull the Angel Devil to his death. Ready to accept his death, the Angel Devil pleads with Aki to let him go, which after some convincing, he does, only to remarkably sacrifice a sliver of his own life by saving the Angel Devil. This type of character development is easily some of the best in the entire series, and it's part of what really made Chainsaw Man for me. Aki also reminds me a lot of Attack on Titan's Levi in many aspects, a character who's constantly forced to see his allies die, putting up a tough exterior but over time really caring about the people around him. We will now be getting into heavy spoiler territory. If you have not read the series by now, I highly suggest clicking off to avoid these spoilers. After drinking some tea at Makima's apartment and talking about free will or something, Power arrives ringing the doorbell. Denji, confused, asks why she would call her over, to which Makima blatantly responds, "Because I'm going to kill her." The way we're placed in Denji's perspective is so genius. It's like she's physically pulling both Denji and the reader by the hand. It's a really good effect on par with Bioshock's Would You Kindly. I remember being physically tense and my heart pounding as Makima drags us to open the door, only to brutally and effortlessly kill Power right in front of Denji, in what I would consider one of the best left turns in any series I've experienced. There was always something suspicious about Makima, but this moment truly solidified her villainy. Hey Ramirez, what was one of your favorite Chainsaw Man moments?
My favorite moment in Chainsaw Man is in chapter 92 when Denji, Kobeni, and Kishibe are posted up in an apartment to hide from Makima after she clapped every one of Denji's friends. It's a real tragedy, but it's amplified because of how much of a degenerate Denji really is. Kobeni is scared shitless like a normal person because she realizes she's gonna die and lets out every human reaction, every intrusive thought, now that there's nothing left to live for. What a relief that I have an excuse not to face my parents anymore, and that even though my life has been completely shit, I'm still afraid to die. These are the thoughts going through a dying girl's mind. And Denji, in an effort to console her, says that everything that happened since he met Makima wasn't really up to him, that all the good or the bad memories he had were made by someone else. The only choice he really had was the food that he could have for lunch. He was still a slave, below normal, which he always sought to be. But to that, Kobeni replied, "Isn't that just normal life? A life of only doing what you want is nothing but a dream." It was then that the boy who sought to be normal realized that being normal isn't enough. Just then the TV turns on and it's on the news. They're talking about Chainsaw Man. The people love him. The girls put out signs. He has fans now. Oh my god, they love me. Oh my god. It was then that Denji realizes that he wants more. More risk, more stakes, more stake, more girlfriends, more sex. He wants to see the highs and the lows without knowing what's next. He wants to see it without being oppressed. That's why when he asks Makima if she would destroy all the bad movies in the world and she says yes, he vows to kill her and cues the chainsaw as effects.